Getting old sucks. The other day I was getting out of my car and randomly my knee hurt. Why? I don't know. Getting old. Finding random gray hairs on my chin and in my head. And why? Because I'm getting old. But since I'm getting old, why not try something new? Start my own YouTube channel. Hey guys, my name is Quassie Games. I know it's a strange name, but anyway, this is my YouTube channel where I show my love for board games, card games, and video games. And this is the first episode of Press Start Art. This is where I try to beat a game, and then afterwards I paint out my experience. So, since this is the pilot episode, why not start with a pilot? I've fought Fox McCloud and played as him in Smash Brothers, but I have never played any of the Starfox games. I know it's been called a Nintendo classic, so let's see if the hype is real. So let's play Starfox on the original Super Nintendo. Alright, now, before we get too deep into this game, let's just marvel at just how damn sharp these polygons are. I know it looks rough, but considering this was made in 1993, it looks pretty damn good. Alright, let's get started. Well, the story of this game all starts with a distress call from General Peppers. Yes, he's a dog. A basset hound. Basically, the planet Venom has declared war on the whole solar system. The system needs our help. And here are the heroes of the game. Team Starfox. We'll be playing as the leader, Fox McCloud, and my wingman, Faco Lombardi, which I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Peppy Hair, and Slippy Toad. Yes, the galaxy is about to be saved by animals you can find in the backyard. I love it. So this right here is a map of the Lilat system. As you can see, there's different locations, different planets. They even have a black hole in the center, which will probably destroy every single thing. But anyway, basically every single path, shows 3 paths, but every single path, the starting destination starts in Corneria and ends in Venom. Each path has its own difficulty. So let's start with the easiest path first.
Good luck. Emergency, 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 emergency. Incoming enemy fighters. Prepare for launch.
Level 1. All paths pretty much begin here in Corneria. It's a high populated, peaceful planet. Well, it used to be peaceful until now. Basically, all the levels of Starfox are like this, where it's basically like a rail shooter. You can go left, right, up, and down. You can do barrel rolls, but you cannot turn around. You constantly have to go forward. You gotta take out enemies, dodge buildings, or any kind of obstacles that get in your way. You can pick up power-ups Nova bombs, twin missiles. As you can see, the twin missiles is causing havoc on all our enemies, even these ugly robots. I'm gonna try my best to gun down all the enemies in this level, but it's gonna be kind of hard. We're gonna miss some, but that's where wingmen come in. Any of the ones that we miss, they'll get. Well, most of the time they'll get. Sometimes they'll miss. There are also different points in the level where the enemy will actually go after them, and I have to save them. Yeah, look like Slippy's in trouble. Even though I blew up the enemy that was chasing him, he still took some damage. That little bar that you saw, if that bar depletes to 0, that means that they're gone for the rest of the game. Another ugly robot. And here we go. This right here is the boss of this level. The attack carrier. Basically, we saw at the beginning of the game when you first booted up. And they were just heading to Corneria. Basically, you just dodge the attacks and shoot the flashing parts. Each flashing part that you shoot down eventually will cause that part to fall off until basically there's nothing left. And with the attack carrier gone, is on to the next level. Look like we still got all our wingmen. Yeah, we scored a 95%. That's not so bad. You can reach level 100, but I'm not doing that. So on to level 2, the asteroid belt. Okay. As you can see, General Pepper's mentioned Andros. Andros is the main bad guy of the story. He originally started as a scientist, one of the brightest of Corneria. Yes, his experiments became too dangerous. Wait a minute. Did you see that? Damn. What a terrible way to go out in the endless vacuum of space. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, his experiments were too dangerous and threatened the lives of the people that are there, so General Peppers, and along with the higher ups, exiled Andros to another planet. Which planet? Planet Venom. And basically, when he showed up there, he enslaved all the people that was there and started building his army, and now he has declared war on the whole entire star system. Yes, an evil genius. I can see this happen to Elon Musk in a few more years. Yes, as you can see, whenever you're in a space level, they change it to first person, which helps out a whole lot because my accuracy is a whole lot better. I've actually done a little bit of research to get the story and get, some of the play, how things play out in each level. So I'm not going into each level completely blind. So yeah, just like in the previous level, you're just shooting your enemies, but the main thing in this one is the change of perspective. Plus, you have to watch out for the asteroids coming towards you. The asteroid field acts as a natural barrier around Corneria to help protect it. And Andros is trying to destroy that natural barrier with this. This right here is the boss of the level, the Rock Crusher. Use a couple of Nova Bombs to try to take care of these flashing parts. Once you destroy these plates on the boss, you just have to aim for the center of it and take them out. And that ends stage 2. Stage cleared. 84%, not that bad. Like our team is still intact. And on to the next level, the Space Armada. So we have a whole fleet of warships heading our way, thanks to Andros. So basically in this level, you're going to be taking out the giant warships. And some of them you actually have to fly into, destroy from the inside out. Here go one of the ships now. So basically we fly in, trying to avoid all the obstacles. Pick up a shield upgrade. Shoot at the core on the inside, blow it up, and head out back into space. I see what they were aiming for this game. I see where they got the inspiration. And I like it. When I was a kid, after watching Star Wars, after watching Luke Skywalker take down the Death Star. Yeah, I get it. I see why people love this game. Yeah, I can say that so far this is my favorite level. And it's not a guarantee that the painting that I'm going to paint necessarily will have to do with this level, even though it's my favorite. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I should paint. So after destroying all the warships from the inside out and from the outside in, you finally reach the last ship. The last ship had more obstacles in the way, bay doors, stuff to take you out, but you can see I'm doing a terrible job at dodging all this stuff. Eventually you reach the boss, the Planet Destroyer Armored Core. So pretty much with this boss, you have to dodge the electricity that these nodes are sending to the center, shoot the flashing parts, and then the center, the armor core itself will open up, and while dodging beams, doing some barrel rolls, keep on aiming and you'll take it out, and then on to the next one. And that clears stage 3. Look like all my wingmen are still intact. 100%. The first 100%. I have to say, that's pretty damn good.
Good luck.
Now, the story that I've read up on this level is basically this used to be an amusement park called Meteorland. Then Andros took it over and turned it into an army base. Ain't that wonderful? Very dark level. And it seems like you're going a whole lot faster in this one than all the rest of the levels. And you can actually see the shadow of the planet Venom in the background. And even though he turned this once beloved amusement park into a military base, he is actually hurling towards Corneria. Strange. Seemed like a waste of money. I have to say, you really have to tip your hat to Andros. First, he sends a mothership to Corneria and try to kill an inhabitant. Then he sends a space war armada. And then if that won't do the trick, we're gonna send an entire meteor to run into Corneria. This guy really making sure that the job gets done. And once you go through the level taking out your enemies, you'll finally run into the stage boss, the Dancing Insector. I don't know if this thing used to be an actual, attraction from the amusement park and he just turned it into some kind of terrible weapon. But I have to say, so far, this is the hardest boss that I ever had to fight. Like, you have to continuously shoot at it to break down the armor that's on his legs. That ticking noise, that's just the lasers bouncing off of it. You have to just continuously shoot at it until it legs turn red. And once they turn red, then you can actually start causing damage to it. Once you take out all the legs, it just becomes a flying saucer that shoots fire at you. So yes, this was a difficult fight. The plus of playing this game on a Nintendo Switch instead of the original Super Nintendo is that at any point you can just press a button and then basically rewind time, frame by frame. Is that cheating? I don't fucking care. But it definitely helped me out with this fight. And after a long, hard fought battle, that annoying ass spider is dead. Stage 4 clear. Seems like all my wingmen are still alive. Falco must be the best. His always stay full. 76 lowest score. Oh well, I don't care. That level is hard. Now, finally, off to Planet Venom, the last level.
Good luck.
Stage 5, the final level. Well, the final level is actually broken into 2 parts. First part is the orbit of Venom, and after that, you actually go down on the surface and take down Andros. What makes this level so challenging is not just the enemies that you face, is that he's actually shooting rockets from the surface up to you. So yeah, that sucks. And another enemy that's on this level that's somewhat challenging is that there's one that actually turns invisible. You can see it shooting at me on the screen. And even though this level is split into 2, you still have to deal with the boss on each level. This is Fantron. Fantron is half spaceship, half ninja. The hardest part is just trying to shoot the damn thing. It will leave a double image behind it. It will actually split into 3 other ships. You're trying to shoot the right one. I have to say, this boss is actually a whole lot easier than the last one. After defeating Fantron, instead of blowing up, he actually goes down on the surface. We'll catch up with him later. Slippy died? We got like 99%, but we're on stage 6, but Slippy died. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be saving the galaxy, but I think we need to take this moment and remember the life of Sleepy Toad. promise, Andros will pay for this. Alright, where were we? You can tell this planet's gone on to hell. I like the background. I have to say that this level has a whole lot of chaos that's going on. You got lightning storms in the background. Of course, you got enemies to take out. Plus, you got these doors that can swing and cause you damage. Yeah, these environmental obstacles for this level is ridiculous. It's literally raining pillars. Thank God I got those shield power-ups. And then eventually you run into Fantron again, using his Shadow Clone Jutsu. Take out his Shadow's Clone, and you will see Fantron at his final form. He grows feet. I'll say so far fighting Final Form Fantron is a headache. It is one of the toughest bosses. Fantron is dead. Now it's finally on to Andros. We finally reached the end point. Oh yeah, by the way, Dr. Andros is a monkey. Yes. Of course you have to go through a long tunnel to actually get to Andros. They ain't gonna make it easy for us. What in the world? So, since starting on Venom, I had to dodge homing missiles on me. I had to face two bosses. And now I'm facing a giant space monkey face that's spitting frosted mini wheats at me. Okay, whatever. Tell by his flashing eyes that's the area you're supposed to be shooting at. That's your target. But what makes it hard is that he keeps on blowing chunks at you. Blowing out both of his eyes will cause his face to break apart, exposing Andros. This funny looking cube thing here. Just keep on shooting at it. I didn't have enough firepower to take him out in one try. So I just gotta repeat the process. Repeating the process and shooting his eyes out again. We'll expose Andros for one last time. I took him out with a Nova Bomb this time. I wasn't taking any more chances. I was done with this dude. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully there's no more, like a third last stage or more bosses. And I think that's it. And the solar system is saved. Unfortunately, Slippy couldn't make this celebration, but we did it. Team Starfox. Flying off into the sunset?
This is Corneria. Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Corneria.
And with that, Andros is dead. Or Andros. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right or not. But the question is, what do I paint? I don't think I can really answer that question until I actually play the entire game. Not just the easiest level, the other two paths also. I feel like I need to actually travel to each location to get the full experience, so then I know what to paint. So, let's go at it again. Alright folks, I'm going to give y'all a quick rundown of each one of these paths. So just like path 1, path 2 starts in Corneria. And basically it's, I wouldn't say the exact same level. There are some differences, but same planet, same boss, same result. Stage 2, just like stage 2 of path 1, it's a space stage, but this one is not part of the asteroid belt. This level is called Sector X. I don't know exactly what happened in this section of space, but there seems to be something destroyed. I don't know. Either way, this level wasn't too bad. And had to run into another rock crusher, so a little bit different, but it wasn't too bad. Stage 3. Yeah, I was confused by this too. Whenever you look at it, it's a red planet.
Good luck.
You would think, maybe fire, lava, or maybe something that resembled Mars, but no. You go to this level and it's a frozen tundra. Don't make a lick of sense, but you find out that there's actually a weather control system on this planet. Once you take out the weather control system, it basically switches everything back to normal the way it should be. Still doesn't resemble Mars, but it looks like a interesting planet. There's these big crustacean creatures that walks around it. I don't know if these are inhabitants of the planet or some of Andros' henchmen. Either way, they're catching these lasers. Eventually you'll run into this base, and then eventually this stage's boss, Professor Hanger. This whole entire fight takes place over a body of water. And he sends his flying fish goons henchmen? I don't know, but these flying fish friends come and attack you. Eventually, you keep on shooting at him until he blows up and is on to the next stage. Wait, Slippy died again? Nope, we ain't doing that again. You only get one. That's it. Sector Y, or level 4, stage 4, or whatever. Has to be one of the strangest level. To continue on with the aquatic theme of the last level, there's fish flying in space, which seems to be normal. There's manta rays that if they change a certain color, they'll attack you if you shoot them. And in the middle of the stage, there's a giant whale that keep on giving you power-ups, which I appreciate. It's just a strange level. And also, there's these strange amoeba-looking things. They'll attach to your R-wing. You have to barrel roll to get them off. After the whale gives you all of your gifts, you'll eventually run into the boss. Plasma Hydra. You have to watch out for its spinning tentacles, but other than that, this boss didn't give me too much trouble. And now on to stage 5.
Good luck.
And we're back to Venom. Stage 5 is pretty much somewhat identical to Stage 5 of Path 1. There's a little bit of difference. But basically, again, you're orbiting around the planet of Venom. This right here is the main difference between the two. The boss, the Metal Smasher. This boss was a pain in my ass. Yeah, this boss right here gave me a lot of trouble. It killed me multiple times, and I had to rewind multiple times. But after, 15th time killing me, I took it out. So, stage 6, the second part of Venom. This level is totally different from that one. This one, it's like you're on the metropolis streets of Venom. There's like vehicles that you have to blow up. I have to say, I like this level better than the last one. This level, I have to say, was probably my favorite level of Path 2. Also, this level is called Galactic Rider. Basically, you're on the street and they send out like cyclists out to destroy you. This boss was somewhat of a pain in the butt, but it was a cool fight. Shooting it off the road, it's off to Andros now. And it's basically the same fight as the last one. Aim for the flashing eyes, And then afterwards, destroy the cube of Andros. And Andros falls again. That completes path 2. After completing it, I kind of have an idea what I want to paint later on. I have to say, path 2 is a whole. Path 2 has more unique levels than path 1, but I like it. On to path 3. One more to go. The most difficult. Like all the other stages we start in Corneria, it is about the same thing, rinse and repeat. They upped the difficulty. And they got this really nice sunset background. And also there's a tank at the end instead of an aircraft called Destructor. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And then it's on to stage 2. Stage 2. Just like the last level, it's a repeat of the asteroid belt on the first path. They really cranked up the difficulty for this. And with a more difficult stage, they added a more difficult boss. The Blade Barrier Space Station. It took me a while to finally take this thing down. And after many deaths, it's on to stage 3. And he did it again. Slippy died again. I can't keep him alive. What the hell, Slippy? What is the requirements to be in Starfox? What are the requirements to be part of the Starfox team? Because whatever it is, Slippy. No, don't play that music. No, don't play that music. Whatever it is, Slippy ain't got it. Stage 3. Planet Fortuna.
Good luck.
This planet has vegetation that can actually take out your R-Wing. So while you're taking out enemies and the large insects that's on this planet, you also got to worry about the vines and flowers that pop out of the ground. And at the very end, you have to take out Fortuna's largest creature, Monarch Dordora. This big two-headed dragon was taken over by Andros. Now you have to put it out of its misery. Which is kind of sad. Does it make me a bad person killing this thing? I mean, it's just minding its own business and just go around and blow it up to smithereens. So, no sad music for the two-headed dragon? Yeah, okay. Alright, on to stage 3. Sector Z, somewhat similar to Sector X. I don't know exactly what happened, but it seems like there's a bunch of space garbage everywhere. But it just can't be normal space garbage. It's invisible space garbage. which makes it a whole lot more harder to maneuver around. Not only does this level look familiar to past levels, but the boss for this level also look familiar. Atomic Base 2. Similar to Atomic Core, you gotta take out the electricity nodes on the side wall, but you have to do it in a time limit. If not, you have to reset it and try it again. Take those out, expose the core, blow it up, and on to the next level. Stage 5, Macbeth, the last unexplored planet of our adventure. I like the name of this planet, and this is what I thought Titania was supposed to look like. I have to say, this is probably my favorite level of Path 3. Yeah. The whole level takes place in the underground lava cavern. You have to shoot your enemies without running into parts of the cave. Then after all that, you'll eventually run into the stage boss, the spinning core. With the spinning core, you gotta watch out for the spinning blades up top and the energy orbs on the bottom. But once I kept on shooting at the flashing tip of the base, eventually parts just keep on flying off of it until there's nothing left. And then it's on to stage 6. Our last time at Planet Venom. The orbit of Venom is just like all the rest of them, except for this one has a different boss. The final battleship, the Great Commander. I guess this is Andros' own form of Ultron. After a pretty lengthy transformation sequence, for me, this is probably the hardest boss of the game. Those small little doors, that's what you're supposed to aim for. And it took me forever to finally take down this boss. And after a very lengthy battle, the Great Commander finally falls off to the surface of Planet Venom. This level is somewhat similar to our first time on Planet Venom, but they definitely cranked up the difficulty for this one. It's not the flying enemies that causes problems, it's these environmental hazards. I was originally just calling this Andros' versions of Ultron, but he really shows it off in this level. The Great Commander comes back, causing more havoc. But this fight is a whole lot easier than the last one. off to fight Andros for the very last time. Nothing that different from our past battles. Just aim for his eyes and his face will explode eventually, exposing Andros. But there is one change. Andros has a demon form now. A couple of laser beams and a Nova Bomb to the face, and that is it. Andros is finally dead. Yes, Path 3 was a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Some of the hardest bosses in the game. But I can say I enjoyed the adventure. But before we get to painting, I promised to visit every location. Those two last locations are the black hole and the other dimension.
Good luck.
Yep, you heard it from General Peppers. Andros killed Fox McCloud's father. Well, responsible for his disappearance. This level acts as a warp hole to jump you to several levels, so you can kind of skip around.
Good luck.
Out of this dimension. This is the strangest level of them all. It makes me think Fox McCloud had a few drinks before this level. Everything is wavy. You get your enemies in this level are pieces of paper that fold up into airplanes. And then the last boss, a slot machine where you have to shoot 777 to defeat. Very weird. And then after you beat it, that's it. You don't have to go to Venom. You don't have to go nowhere. That's it. You beat the game. So, we did it. We beat the game about 4 different times. We traveled to every location. We beat every single boss. We killed Andros 3 times. We got Slippy killed 3 times. And we killed a innocent 2-headed dragon. I mean, I can say I understand why people love this game. It wasn't... Starfox was not just a old ass game. It was a classic, like everybody said. So, the fans of this game, I can truly say I understand the hype. So, but after that, still leaves us with the question: what do I paint? I think I have an idea. So let's get started. But every single path, the starting destination starts in Corneria and ends in Venom. Yes, I'm getting old. So what? Everything ages. Like video games, some things age well, some not so much. But I think maybe I need to stop thinking of myself getting old and more like I'm becoming a classic. So I think the artwork turned out pretty good. You can kind of guess which one is Slippy. Yeah. So, thank you for spending your time with me on the first episode of Press Start Art. Like, subscribe, comment, play games, live life, and I'll see you in the next episode. Y'all have a good one.